Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome to my backyard. It is beautiful outside today. So I don't know if any of you have been cooped up inside for the last few days, but the Lord is gracious in that while we are all on this stay-at-home order, we can still go outside. And so I'd encourage you, if you have the chance, even if you're working at home or something like that, able to work outside, go ahead and do that. So today, I'm addressing the question. So at the end of my sermon last week, we talked about the idea of being dignified, that there's like this public nature to the life that we live as Christians. And so that public nature, it kind of takes two forms. There is sort of an internal dignity of the body of Christ, to where with the way that we care for and love each other has something to do with our dignity. But then there's also an external dignity in what we do for our neighbors and the way that we serve and love our neighbors. So today I just want to specifically focus on that internal dignity. Tomorrow we'll look at what it looks like to have that external dignity, that outward dignity. But so today we are called to let our light shine before others, that they may see our good works and glorify our Father who is in heaven. So today we're focusing on that inward idea of how our light shines, how our love actually is the light that shines. So I want you to hear these words from Jesus. John chapter 17, 20 through 23 says this. Jesus says, "I do not ask for these only, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they may all be one, that they may all love each other and be unified with each other, just as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. The glory that you have given me, I have given to them, that they may be one, even as we are one, I in them and you in me, that they may become perfectly one, so that the world may know that you sent me and loved them even as you loved me." The idea that Jesus is putting forward here is our love is one of the most compelling things. Our love for each other is one of the most compelling things about the church. The fact that we would stay unified in the midst of crisis is one of the most compelling things about the church. So what does that look like for us? How do we let our love be reflective of our dignity, be a public mark of our dignity to the world around us? Well, I just want to offer a few realities that we're dealing with. Right now, we have an online worship service. This is the way that we're engaging for the time being with each other, but that is also a space that we can invite people to. We can ask people to join in with us. And so this week I saw in our online worship service, I saw people engaging with each other in our chat rooms and in the various ways. I got text messages afterwards. I know people were communicating with each other afterwards, after our worship service, and so that was really encouraging to me. This was something about our engagement that was reflective of the love that already exists inside of us for each other. That's something that Jesus was really excited about. It's something that he was praying about, that the way that we care for and love each other would reflect the world, just kind of who we are. So as we invite people to even partake in our online worship service, we don't know how much longer this is going to last, but even if it's for a short period of time, we're going to invite people to engage in our online worship service. And one of the compelling things about us will be the way that we engage with each other in that service, the way we reflect care towards each other in that service. So today's call is a call to dignity, to love your church. I'm not talking about your church as an organization, but I'm talking about loving specific people. So what does that look like? Well, this Sunday, in this Sunday sermon, you're going to hear more about what that looks like specifically as we get some systems in place to figure out how we're going to care for and love each other in this time. But it generally would mean finding ways to meet needs for people and being willing to make your needs known. Those are two realities just to look forward to. But Sunday morning should be an overflow of how we are loving each other during the week. So that's a part of our light that shines before others. So our goal for our online space in this season is for it to be a place where we can invite people to participate with us. And the ways that we engage with and love each other in that space should be reflective of the kind of community that we have. And that should be a compelling community to invite people to. And so between now and Sunday, this is what I want to do. I want to challenge you to reach out to 3 people in our church. I want to challenge you to reach out to 3 people in our church and call. Maybe you give them a phone call and check in on them. Maybe you write them a note. And this is even that challenge for those of you who maybe aren't as inclined to communicate and connect with people. I want to even challenge you to reach out to 3 people. And you might be worried, like maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's writing a note. I don't know, but you might be worried that it's going to be awkward, and it probably will be. It might be a little bit awkward, but you know what? We're in an awkward season. We've never encountered anything like this before. So it might be awkward, but is it going to be worth it? Absolutely. For someone in your church to know that you love them, that you care about them, that you see them in the midst of their situation, that's gonna have a great impact on them. That's gonna let them know that somebody is thinking about them. So I want to challenge everybody in our church, reach out to 3 people in the church this week between now and Sunday. And you know what's gonna happen? As we do this, not just this week, but as we continue to do this, that will influence the ways that we interact with each other on Sunday morning. Whether that's in our online space or whether that's in person, it's going to actually strengthen our community together. And as our community together is strengthened, that is going to enable us to stand dignified as the church in the midst of this crisis that we are in. That's going to enable our love to actually be more and more reflective of the kinds of things that Jesus called us to. That's going to be the thing that is compelling about our community. And so Alliance Bible Church, I want to issue a call to you this morning as a part of being dignified, having a public shining of our light before one another, before our world, that you would love your church, that you would reach out to your church, that you would check in on the people in your church, and that you would just love each other well in this season. Thanks for joining me this morning.